Space Marine 2. Ever since I played the first game, I have been waiting for a second one. And let me tell you, I wasn't disappointed when it finally came out.
Supremacy.
I got a weird feeling. Spit.
Lictor on all spence. High beast here.
Yes, come on, beast.
This lictor stalks the battlefield no more.
The campaign once again has Titus on missions alongside two fellow Space Marines. This time, you will be facing the relentless Tyranids and the traitor Legion of the Thousand Suns. The campaign spans on 3 different planets and takes around 10 to 12 hours to complete.
It says you beast. Come here. We faced you before. Ow. Fuck off! That's one.
The story, in my simple-minded opinion, is good. The main focus is showing on how the ending of the first game psychologically scarred Titus. Titus is less trusting of his fellow Space Marines. He's now colder and withholds information from them. He's also reticent in addressing the doubt this creates, which sparks a conflict between him and his subordinates, although this affects Gadriel more than Chiron. The whole situation mirroring the conflict between Leandros and Titus in the first game. Though the doubts Gadriel had were a bit more grounded, Gadriel ultimately understands the lesson Titus teaches through his unconventional methods of approaching missions.
Your squad has developed a reputation for unconventional approaches. It may not fly, but it might ram. A long shot to say the least. Worth a try.
Something Leandros wasn't capable of achieving.
Codex Astartes leaves no room for doubt.
The Codex Astartes is a set of rules. They guide us, shape us as Ultramarines, teach us to hold duty and honor sacred above all. But how we live with those rules is the true test of a Space Marine. And you have failed.
Titus was always a great leader, but not a perfect one. In the first game he failed Leandros. He failed to answer his doubts, thrust them aside as though they would leave Leandros' mind just as they came. He also put too much trust into him.
The Codex Astartes warns that those in league with Chaos can withstand the warp's touch.
You forget yourself, Ultramarine.
Leandros, I do not take this warp resistance lightly, but the search for answers must wait until after we deal with this Chaos invasion.
What if that is too late?
Leandros, enough. We need to keep moving.
Do not get me wrong, the way Leandros handled his suspicions was wrong and hypocritical. For someone who adheres so close to the Codex's rules, he was supposed to know when in suspicion you're supposed to inform the company's chaplain, not the Inquisition. But Titus was also supposed to realize that the way Leandros sees the world is going to pose problems sooner or later. Not to spoil the game too much, I'll just say that after meeting an astropath, the 3 Space Marines bond. Chiron and Gadriel realize that Titus is loyal and not tainted, and Titus realizes that he can and should trust his brothers, and that as a leader, his duty extends to maintaining trust and cohesion in his team as well.
The only true ground you will find down there will be each other. Trust only your brothers and your instincts. Now go forth and lay waste to our enemies. For the Emperor! For the Emperor!
The gameplay.
Third one.
All specs deep scan ready.
Bring it on, beast.
Lictor!
Sure, why not? Come on.
No more surprises from this lictor. Tyranny art.
Impressive work, brother.
All specs ready to scan.
You know, it's kind of weird. Today,
Fresh magazine
I
in.
have met a lot. And when I say you a lot, I give Emperor.
The system
God.
well done.
Let's do this, brother. Xenos.
A simple system on the surface. You see an enemy attack, parry if blue, dodge if red. If you do it right, you get to punish the attacker with a gun strike. If you get an enemy low enough on health, it will get staggered. It will start flashing red, and you can perform a glory kill, just like him do.
Such an impressive helmet. Can I take a look? You seem tired. Maybe you should lay down.
A glory kill rewards you with shield charges and seconds of invulnerability. Your Space Marine has two bars, red is health, white is armor. Armor recharges on its own and it's also replenished on glory kills and gun strikes. Health doesn't regenerate, but can be replenished with stims that can be found throughout the map. That's the depth you need to understand for the lower difficulties. If you balance those things right, you get to have tons of fun. Glory kills, gun strikes, perfect dodges and parries are not only designed as a game mechanic, but to also show you how much of a badass a Space Marine can be.
All specs deep scan. Avenging angel. Check your aim.
On higher difficulties though, you will have to time your actions and think about the outcomes. For example, you are engaged in a 1v1 with a warrior. On higher difficulties, the enemies will have bigger health pools, so an often practice that the more experienced players will do is to sneak in range damage in between melee. Another example, let's say you're surrounded by 3 warriors. One attacks and you do a perfect parry. The parry prompts the gun strike. What do you do? Your first response is to punish the enemy and maybe get a glory kill. Solid strategy on lower level. Lower health pools means you will get the glory kill. But on higher difficulties, you won't do that, because even if you end up successfully executing the gun strike, the moment you raise your weapon to shoot, the other 2 warriors will attack you, and because you're stuck in an animation, you will not be able to parry or block.
Right, Emperor.
Ain't there's no space engaged.
Another one.
Try that again.
So you will get punished. You will lose shield, after the shield you will lose health, and even die if they combo your Space Marine ass. So what do? You try to get far from the enemy group, and then do the gun strike safely and get your damage in. Your Space Marine has guns, good at close range, good at medium range, and long range, and melee weapons, swords, knives, hammers, and power fists. In the campaign, you get to try most of the things the combat system has to offer, but there is no in-depth progression system. Besides the gameplay and the story, the game is also really beautiful. The places you visit are mesmerizing. Beautiful, true 40k architecture, jungles, and even necrom tomb worlds. Beautiful skyboxes and immersive background world activities.
Let these flames be a beacon and a warning.
In between missions, you get back to the battle barge. Every detail about it is true to the settings of 40k. You see, in universe, the faction called Adeptus Mechanicus is the one responsible for production of weapons, armors, vehicles, starships, and even dreadnoughts. And their tech priests are basically tech support guys.
Wretched neuropathy. I haven't had knees for 4 decades, and yet they still ache.
While on the barge, you get to see them do their duty, resupplying ships, helping space marines get equipped, preparing stuff, and also there are some really funny set pieces as well. Operations is the PvE mode of the game. This is where I had the most fun, to be honest, and there is no better time to buy the game. By this point, we have 9 different missions and a horde mode. The PvE features an amazing progression system. You get to level up to 30, unlock perks in a perk tree, and cosmetic sets for each class. You can prestige each class up to 4 times, and you also get to unlock new and better variants for each available weapon. And also each weapon has a perk tree. The game also has challenges, or as they are called in game, ordeals. Completing ordeals gives you currency that you can use in the research center to spend and unlock 3D models that come with some lore. Unlocking things in the research center gives you more rewards, either currency or even more badass cosmetics.
You gotta be fucking kidding.
All of this gives the game that classic vibe, that feeling of accomplishment. Back in the day, unlocking something after grinding hours on end or searching for all the Easter eggs or getting a colossal number of headshots felt so satisfying, so rewarding. You didn't just use your credit card to buy Nicki Minaj or a walking banana. You actually fought for the cosmetics, you earned them, they meant something. When you get to unlock the last set of cosmetics, or you get that damaged helmet, you know other players will see that. You know having these things unlocked shows skill and dedication. Or when you see a player with those cosmetics, it's also reassuring. You will think, this player knows what to do. I can trust him to see the mission done. The topic of PvP I won't touch. I'm royal garbage at PvP, so I only played it like 3 times, I think. So I don't think I'm the right person to review that. But it exists, and there are players that play it and have fun there as well. But there is still a topic we need to touch on, and that is modding. You want to play the campaign as the Death Watch like in the first mission? Sure, here you go. As a Black Templar? Okay. What do you mean the whole company and the ships? What? You want more bots on your team? Sure, here you go. You want snow? Who in the... Sure, here. What do you mean as a Custodes? You can't just replay... What the fuck? A 12-player party PvE? That's impossible. Here you go. I highly recommend you try the Astartes Overhaul mod. It adds kit bashing, which makes customization 10 times better. It gives all the Space Marines access to all the weapons, adds 3 new classes, Chaplain, Apothecary and Terminator, adds new weapons and new weapon skins, adds checkpoints in missions, and it improves the allies' AI.
So, brother, I think you join me in the battle, sharing the glory of it. Buy the game. Emperor protects.
Enemies will have bigger dicks. Brush them aside as though they would leave Leandros' mind just as shit is to sneak range damaged in spam.